Pixies, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Minxie, and today we are going to be doing our kitty's yard. Okay, so I'm starting with my girl Rosie because I love her so much and I kind of have an idea for her and Mary. Well, kind of, not really. So I don't know how this video is going to go, but hopefully it turns out nice. I did do a little bit of work on HHP to get a specific flooring that I wanted, and I got it. So we're gonna use that in both Rosie and Mary's house. And I kind of want their homes to feel more like an actual house, just like a bedroom, maybe a cute little kitchen or something, just something a little more normal than what I've been doing. Yeah, so I don't actually know how this is gonna turn out. So yeah, I'm a little concerned, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully it's not as bad as I'm thinking it might be, but you never know. I don't know, I'm just not as confident about this one today. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started, and hopefully this turns out great. So you guys just sit back and relax, and I will see you guys at the end. Okay, Pixies, so I actually struggled really hard with this one. I was just like, I don't know why it just wasn't clicking for me, like what to do with Rosie's area. Like I kind of had I had an idea, right? But the idea didn't idea well, I guess. And I was just like, okay, like I wanted it to be normal. How do I make it normal? Because everything else around her house is not, in fact, normal. So how do I And I was still really trying to work out like the smaller details, like how bedroomy did I want the bedroom to look, right? And I knew I really wanted that cloud forming, and I was like, the cloud flooring, oh my gosh. And I was like, I didn't know like what tiles to put down, but I just opted for that white floor tile there. And I wanted it to look, I really don't know, but like in my brain it looked a lot more elegant, and it just it wasn't clicking. Right, I was trying to use the wall pillars and all that other stuff. It just, I don't know, I just could not make it work in my head. So I ended up just doing like a basic, cute little, like a bedroomy kind of, I don't even know what I'm even describing to you guys at this point. Like words are so hard. And honestly, this was my least favorite room to design. I do like the room before all else. I do like the room, but it took a minute for me to get there, okay, because I was not having a good time. And then I ended up just defaulting to a lot of things that were already in Rosie's house. I was just like, well, Rosie has a lot of cute items, so I can just use some of that stuff, right? Which is what I ended up using, and you know what? I really liked it. The pink, the white, the star wall, it did what it needed to do, okay? It did what it needed to do. And also at the same time, I was wanting to make sure that like her room still represented what was happening on the island. So I did still want there to be some spooky items, and I did still want there to be a couple of spooky towers. And at the same time, I wanted it to feel like a room that Rosie could theoretically have in real life, even though Rosie is not real. Sad. I think somebody should get on that. I think we should make a periwinkle kitty, because honestly I would adore her forever. But I don't know, like even looking at the footage now, like I spent a lot of time scrolling and trying to figure things out. I did think that a spooky cauldron would be really cute in the room, because I think I was fighting so hard not to default to the other interiors that I was doing on the island as well. Like I really didn't want this one to just be another Penelope, another Sherb, or the Bunny Twins. I really wanted it to be just a little bit different. And I think I was just being extra hard on myself today, because the island is almost done, and I'm at this point where I'm sick and tired of looking at the island. I want the island to be done. I'm over it. I I am in no mood to do the beaches at all at this point. I still have 2 other homes that I need to design. And then I'll be completely done with the island. And currently I am just cleaning up the beaches. I think I filled in the final space. And tomorrow you guys will see Lucy and Chelsea's area, and then the island tour will be on Monday, which is actually exciting. I actually came in a little bit before the 31 days, because I really wanted this island to be done on Halloween, but it's fine. I'm over it. When I tell you guys I'm so done with this island, and I think I'm just ready for a little break from Animal Crossing for a while. Just a little bit. Like, I just need a day or so where I'm not looking at Animal Crossing at all. I think I'm gonna get back into Final Fantasy X. I've been playing that game for forever, and I haven't touched it in forever, so I'm kind of missing that game. So I might be playing that over on Twitch, just if you guys would like to hang out with me over there. And I might play like Mario or something, like Super Mario Odyssey. I like that game, and just a whole bunch of other random stuff I've been doing on the island, on my other like Switches and stuff. But anyway, I really think that as the room started to come together, I started to feel a little bit better about it. I like the different like shades of like orange that I ended up using. But like I said, I ended up using a lot of items that Rosie already had. Thank God Rosie has the items that she does, because it's so cute. Like, my brain I just wasn't feeling very creative today, which makes sense because you guys already know I've been dealing with the flare-up. Thankfully, it's not been as bad as the other ones that I've experienced this year, but it is rather inconvenient and distracting. So I really just wasn't in the headspace to do this. And I will say, do not decorate. If you are like me and you are experiencing chronic pain and stuff like that, just rest. That's what I will say. But I really was being stubborn today, so I'm proud of myself though, because I have been getting into the habit of pushing myself a little bit more, so that like I can, do things. Because sometimes I feel like I get into this rut where like I feel like my body is in control of me instead of me being in control of my body. So I have been getting into the habit of like, yes, I'm in pain. I'm not going to do anything that's going to overexert myself, but I am going to get up and I am going to wash the dishes. I am going to maybe write my story a little bit. I am going to, record a little bit. I'm going to read a little bit. Like, I'm going to do things that I love doing despite having the issues that I have. And while it is exhausting and I'm waking up super tired, but like I'm always tired. So like, what's the difference, But at least I'm tired, but mentally I feel better. So I guess that's what I'm going for. But anyway, my little rant is over. I really like having Jack's portrait on the wall. And I think I only did it in like 2 or 3 other homes, but I just think it looks really cute. And I feel like while you can tell the time that's happening here, like the time of year with the pumpkins and everything, it's still really cute. And I feel like it's very indicative of Rosie. Like, I feel like this is what she'd do. And in this case, even though she does have a suspicious cauldron, you can just pretend it's soup, right? Because I feel like Rosie is the type of girl that would just have some soup. And then for like finishing touch, I just added some wheat fields in there, which I also think adds like another little slightly spooky element to her room. And I wanted to go for a ceiling fan, but I'm not sure if I even used this. Did I use it? I don't think I did. Did I? Like, I don't even like it there. Okay, so I didn't use it. It's funny how fast I don't remember. And then I added Rosie. Like, see, she looks so perfect there. And I think like she's the pop of color in this room of color already. But like, Rosie is such a pretty color that like I kind of wish there was more items of her color in the game. But I had to get a picture with my girlie. I had to get a picture with her because, again, I love her so much. So then we moved to the exterior, and let me tell you guys, I didn't do much to her house. I think I just changed the color of her roof and then added like like a wreath or something. Like, it wasn't anything insane. I just was like, yeah, okay, we're done. Like, her house was already the shape that I wanted. And now we're moving on to Mary. And I think after I figured out Rosie, I had an easier time with Mary, but still not really a build that I particularly enjoyed doing. When I have to do the villager homes as well as the island, I get so tired. And as much as I love this game, this part of it is just not the best. Now, other people love doing interior designs. I am not one of those people. If and when I do get my own house, I will hire someone because I'm not doing it. Like, I will happily pick out the furniture and like help like plan out the layout of the house and everything. But when it comes to putting things where they have to go, oh no, I'm getting someone to do it for me. Like, this is the furniture that I want to use in this area. You figure out the layout and we'll be done. Because I literally, no thank you. No thank you. Somebody come take this, because what? So I did want all of my double villager yards. All of them have homes that match in some type of way. They have the same items or the same wallpaper and stuff. So I did do that with Mary, but I did change the color of the brick stove there, because I felt like I should have done that in Rosie's area too. But I like that Rosie's area just had a little bit more variety of like shades and stuff. So at the end of the day, I really don't mind. And then I was gonna try the Suspicious Cauldron in a different color, but honestly, the pearlescent color variant for the Suspicious Cauldron is superior, and you cannot convince me otherwise. I'm so sorry. Because the other colors are just too much, at least in my head. And I love pink. Pink is my absolutely favorite color, but even I know that pink can be really, really, really overwhelming if you let it, right? So I like to go for the softer shades of pink, because then they complement other colors well without like taking over the entire theme of the room. Unless that's what you're going for, then like go off, but that's not what I was going for here. And and truth be told, I really wasn't even sure like which direction I was gonna be taking this. I spent a lot of time like scrolling through the items, like what would go great where. And I tried to do the same thing with that. I don't even know what that is called. Oh, the open wooden shelves. I was trying to see like if that would work in the area. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan. I was not. And even if it does look really cute, I think I opted for the fireplace. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I did opt for the fireplace. But I was also playing around with like trying to figure out what was going where. And then I remember spending a lot of time, like an embarrassingly long time, trying to find the spooky lamp, not realizing I wasn't even in the correct category. Like, how many times have you guys done that? Like, you're looking for something in your pockets, or you're like your storage shed, and you're just looking and you realize that you're not even in the right section. And I was going crazy. Like, I was actually going crazy. Like, I'm happy that like I muted it, because if you would have heard the words that came out of my mouth, I was like, I know I'm not going crazy. Where is this spooky lamp? And while I was even like rearranging this partition and my sofa, I was still fuming about this freaking spooky lamp. And normally I would cut this out, but I just wanted to tell you guys, like, when I tell you I was out of it during this build, I was out of it. I was like, I don't understand why I can't find this stupid spooky lamp. And I'm still looking for the spooky lamp. It wasn't until I scrolled all the way down and saw those art pieces that I was like, I'm not even in the right category. And I was so annoyed. And I was like, I don't even have anybody to blame for this, because this is literally my fault. This would be one of those times where I blame my friend. I'm just like, friend, this is your fault. And he'll just be like, what did I do? I don't know, but he did it. But he he would have just stared at me anyway. So I'm glad that like he wasn't even here to see those shenanigans. But I really spent I don't know, I just spent a lot of time just trying to do right by Mary and Rosie. Like, these aren't, I keep saying that it's not my fave. It isn't. However, I do like the pops of orange, the pink and everything. What I think I forgot to do is put food on Mary's stove and put something on the sink there, I think. I don't remember putting anything on there. Did I put food? Did I? I don't even remember. You know what? I don't think it matters though, because it looks really cute anyway. And yeah, so it was more or less the same thing, like me just trying to figure out what to figure out for these villagers. And I just looking at this, I'm starting to feel a little annoyed. Like there's like a small part of me that wants to go back and redo their houses, but I do not have the patience and I do not have the time. Because at the end of the day, like I am happy with the way it looks. And I just think Animal Crossing is so funny that way, because like, how is it that I spent all this time building and then I actually hate it, but I don't actually hate it? Because if I did hate it, I would really take it down. But who's taking all of that down? Because literally this took me like, I want to say like a half hour. And why come nobody told me about the spooky set being that cute in other colors? Why did none of you guys tell me that those variants were absolutely freaking adorable? I feel betrayed. One of you guys should have told me and no one said anything. So just know that I am upset with you all for not telling me. That is such a cute color of the spooky set. That pink, no one told me. I was livid. So this was kind of like an abysmal build for me, because I just kept learning things about myself that I was not prepared to learn. Like, what? And again, I added Jack's portrait right there because I think I should have. I'm mad at myself for not using that. And those hanging shelves are like my favorite thing to use in interiors, and I will never stop using them. There is nothing anyone can tell me. There's nothing anyone can say or do to make me cease using those, because I love them that much, and they are just absolutely amazing. And I ended up adding those vines at the back there. I don't know, I just felt like they suited the area perfectly. I did want to give her room a little witchy feel without it being outright witchy. So that's kind of where it was with there. And then I was just kind of playing around with the angles to see like what this would look like in depth. And I'm kind of wondering if I should have added a rug. I'm thinking that the floor, now that I'm looking at it, looks a little bit empty, and I probably should have gone for a rug, which is fine. And I also didn't shine anything. For the other houses, I shined it using the HHP thingy. I didn't do that here. I felt like the rooms really didn't need it, but now I'm kind of feeling like maybe it needed a little something extra. But you know what? It's fine, because I ain't doing it again. I'll tell you that much. I ain't doing it again. And I think this is actually perfect for Mary. Like, Mary is such a like cream color that like I feel like if I added anything else, it would have been too much. And so yeah, I think overall that I feel like I nailed it. But so Mary's house is the only house that isn't actually going to be round. I wanted all the houses to look round, and I think I even like tried to make it round, but to be perfectly honest, it just did not. When I tell you guys it did not. Mary's house can only be that square shape. So that's what I ended up choosing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you for all the well wishes, and I will see you guys later. Okay, everyone, and that is a wrap on today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me decorating Rosie and Mary's houses. I actually struggled a little bit with this one, but I think that they both turned out really, really cute, and I am perfectly happy with that. So if you guys have not already, please consider liking and subscribing, because it really helps my channel grow, and I will see all of you guys next time. Bye!